Okay, Bulico is present. Bukia, Shame. Bustamante Alfredo. Wala. Camacho Janbert. Carnice May. Wala. Kasuga Abigail. Chavez Patrick.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, Chavez is present. Larunday, Lisa. Duliete, John Patrick. Emproc, Reynaldo. Fuentes, Princess. Grijaldo, Kim Carn. Grijaldo. Wala. Gillian. Terslin. Wala. Hirosano, Vanessa. Lanugan, Sheena May. Lau, Richel May. Medalla, Wellalyn.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, Medalla is present. Miranda, Sheena K.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Olager, John Mark. Olea, Raya, Jillian. Ang Tingko. Pakanya.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Ang Tingko is present. Pakanya.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Padaw, Ardale. Fantastico, Joel. Filipas Lindo. Repolyo, Maria Veronica.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, Repolyo is present. Saison Harold.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Tesoro Shandev. Wala. Villaver, Catherine. Wala. Ibanez, Princess Diane.
Present, ma'am.
Okay na. And Ilanan, Kenny Robert. Wala. Okay. So, 15 lang kayo na present. Okay, ngayon. Oops, may pahabol pa. Sige. Si Bibangko na si Bibangko, no? Bibangko. Ang Tingko. Si Ong Tingko. Ano si Tingko kayo?
Na nga, ma'am. Na ako, ma'am. Ang tiko.
Armenta. Wala lagi nitiyog sa Armenta. Naano si Armenta?
Ma'am.
Okay. Barshal. Naapot si Barshal.
Ma'am.
Sino pa? Improc. Ganina absent. Karon present na.
Ma'am.
Darunday. Si Darunday. Isa pa tong wala ganina pagtawag na ako.
Ako, ma'am.
Okay. Herosano. Okay. Present. Sino pa yan? Okay na, no? Medalya. Naman ganina. Okay. Sige. Then, Olea. Okay. Wala mo tanong. Ibanez, Princess. Sino na ako ito na? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Sige. Okay. So, good afternoon. 17 lang yun mo, no? Purya-buyag na nanonood sa klase. Out of 40. Isa itong bago lang nagsulod. Bustamante. Bustamante Alfredo. Okay, sige. Okay. Sige.
Ma'am, present. Alea, ma'am.
Okay, Alea. Noted. Thank you.
Ibang ko, ma'am.
Bibangko. Ay, oo, nanali si Bibangko. Okay, sige. Noted. Ano na ako sa attendance? Okay, wait lang. Okay, so as you all know, tomorrow is the schedule of our first examination. And as I have mentioned in our, what do you call this one? Our group chat, you will not be allowed to take the examination unless you're gonna show me or you're gonna send via group chat your permit. Now, as I have asked with Dean or Dr. Chan, pwede naman daw partial na payment so long as mag-reflect siya na partial for first or partial for fifth exam. So, allow ko na yun siya. At least naamoy part of the payment sa first exam. Pero yung mga nakatatak pa sa permit na fourth exam or partial payment for fourth exam, hindi ko talaga yun siya i-allow. So, kung wala may permit, ayaw na lang gud mo og take ugma na exam kasi makita mangyapon na ninyo ang first round, no? Then I'll be mag-special exam na lang mo. Kasi I'll be making a separate, what do you call that? A separate set of examination for the special takers. Okay, sige. Tanan ba na i-permit man siguro diri no? Nag-send man siguro. Basta i-send lang ninyo sa sa GC ka akong isa-isahon. Oh, check.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, dear, you are excused.
Ano po, ma'am? Ugma pa ko makabayad po, ma'am. Morning.
Ano, dear? Close na tomorrow, dear. Holiday tomorrow.
31, ma'am. Holiday na.
Yes, dear.
Hmm.
Ma'am, ako ma'am.
Dili siya ma'am, kanang makahatag og chance, ma'am, nga at maka-exam ko ugma kay for sure, ma'am, after aning kuan, ma'am, na makabayad man jud ko, ma'am.
Lagi, dear. As much as I want to, kasi dati talaga nagbibigay ako ng chance from first term, first sem, hanggang first term ng second sem. Pero
Opo.
we were strictly, talaga, monitored, no?
Opo.
Ito sa mandated by the dean na first examination, strictly talaga, no permit, no exam. And that's course through to all faculty. So I'm really sorry
ma'am.
to say, special exam ka na lang, dear. Monday, ka na
Opo.
lang magkuha ka ng what do you call that, special exam slip sa dean. You bring
Opo.
with you your permit kung makapay ka na, and then attached is the letter of explanation why you were not able to take the exam. So explanation mo na lang is yun, wala kang permit.
Sige po, ma'am. Copy po.
Thank you. Sino yung may concern pa?
Ako ma'am.
Yes, dear.
Kana mag-partial ko ma'am ba, pero sa Cebuana na karon ako ibayad ma'am kay trabaho ma'am.
Pwede lang sa wait lang ha. Pwede lang sa pwede lang tama sa mga remittances, i-show lang sa ako ang dear, ang katong payment nimo kanama na validated. At Charlon Bolico, basi pwede na nimo mabuhat pod.
Nag-work pa man gud ko, ma'am. Di po kagawas po.
Maupod, sige lang. Sige Felix, kung mahabol mo ngayon, isend na lang sa ako. Sa GC ang katong validated gani.
Apa ma'am.
Sige, okay. Sige, welcome. Kisa tong bagong sulod lang, kaya ako sa attendance. Si
Ma'am, Julian, ma'am.
Gillian. Okay, noted. Gillian. Ayan. Okay, sige, noted. Padaw po daw si Padaw. Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Okay na? Opo. Thank you, ha. Okay, sige. So again, in correction, tomorrow is our examination. And if I am not mistaken, I have sent to you the lesson last March 15, I think, the first week. And then last week as well, I have sent another lesson, no? Sa Anyway, ang coverage lang naman natin sa first examination is yung introduction lang ng operations management. So, isahang lang yan, isahang topic. Kaya kung nakita nyo doon sa module, no, na na-upload ko sa Kuiper is week 1 to 3 na siya. Kasi nga there will only be one topic for the first examination coverage. Nakita niyo na din ba yung na-upload na-send ko na syllabus? So that you will be guided. If wala pa, maybe you can check it later. Wait lang. Ayan, sige. Okay, so again, since we all know that tomorrow is the examination, no, first examination, I would assume that you already have read the topics. Not only read, but also studied it. Okay, sige, wait lang. Allow me to share it on the screen. Ayan, okay. Makita ba? Akong gina-share sa screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Ayan, so this was made by Professor Nelka. So I just used her presentation since we had the same course or subject, which is the operations management, total quality management. But again, since this is the first exam, so we're gonna focus more on the operations management. Before I'll begin expounding about operations management, I would like to assume that you already have maybe at least petty knowledge about this process, since you were able to had the previous topic pertaining to economics, no? So nandoon na discuss yung mga 4 factors of production, and I would assume na retain pa to sa inyong isip, so that as we go along with our discussion, medyo ma-relate na natin siya. Okay, so let's start with the definitions muna or terminology. So production is the process of converting of or transforming resources, materials, machines, employees, and time into goods or services. So di ba pag sinabi nating produkto or product, this comes in 2 ways. It's either goods or it's either service. May I ask, Princess, saan ano ang tangible, ang goods or ang service? Princess?
Yes, ma'am. Ay, kisa nga, princess, ma'am.
Sorry,
Si-
dalawa pala kayo, no? Ikaw, si Ibanez, Miss Ibanez, tama. Dalawa pala kayo, sorry.
Ang tangible, ma'am.
Ang goods or service?
Ang goods.
Okay, very good. So, yon ang goods, no? Kasi when we talk of tangible things, this can be seen, this can be touched, no? So, kaya siya tangible yung mga goods, yung mga relo, mga cellphone yung ginagamit, mga laptop, and anything na nahawakan natin, nakikita natin. Those are goods. Now, while services, of course, the other way around. So, again, when you talk of production, ito yung proseso na kino-convert natin or tinatransform natin yung mga resources, mga materials, mga machine, and employees, and time na ginagamit natin, no? Padulong sa himo na to siyang goods, no? Himo na to siyang product. It's either goods or service. And then another terminology is the operation. So when you talk of operation, this describes the set of all activities associated with the production of goods and services. So pangkalahatan na siya. Kaya nga sometimes the two what you call it, the 2 words are being used, you know, the sometimes in exchange of the other. Kasi nga pang sinabing operations, this is already the pangkalahatan na, the whole activities na under the production. But when you talk of production itself lang, ito talagang proseso na nagko-convert tayo o nagtatransform tayo. But again, ang operation, nandito na yung production na process. No? So lahat ng mga activities, including the purchasing and so on. So this includes na the operation. Again, pag operation, pangkalahatan na lahat-lahat ng proseso ay nandito na. But when you talk of production, ito yung specific talaga ng proseso na kino-convert natin or tinatransform natin ang mga resources, machines, and so on into goods or services. Do you follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sige. So production or operation management is defined as the process which transforms the inputs or yung sinabi natin kanina, yung mga ginagamit natin to transform a thing. Ito yun yung mga ginagamit natin, ito yung mga yung machines, mga resources, and so on. Ito yung inputs ginagamit natin or resources of an organization into final goods or service. Goods, tangible, service, intangible, through a set of defined, controlled, and repeatable policies. Okay. So the goal of operations management is to maximize efficiency while producing goods and services that effectively fulfill customer needs. So operation is one of the 3 strategic functions of any organization. So, syempre, in every business, the very aim or the very goal or objective is to really gain profit. But when we talk of operation management or operations management, ang gina-aim nila, ang kanilang goal, no, is to really maximize efficiency. Kasi nga, but what do you mean by efficiency? Diba, there's a difference between effectiveness or effectivity and efficiency. When you talk of effectivity, you can actually achieve a certain task. Now you know how to achieve a certain task. While efficiency is doing or achieving task with minimum time at very least error or mistake. Again, when you talk of effectivity, this means you can accomplish a certain thing. No, you can do the thing, you can do the job. But efficiency meaning you can do the job at the least time to complete it, and of course, at the least error or mistake. So, ibig sabihin, mauna muna nating maging effective. Dapat effectively mabuhat sa nimo, mapaka-produce sa usa ka product or sa kabutang, and then afterwards, magiging efficient ka na. But the goal of operation management is to maximize efficiency. Kasi nga, di ba, especially with the products, no, let's say, pagkaon, no, karong panahon na, no, kailangan man jud paspas ang production, but when you talk of paspas, hindi siya paspas na prone to error, na ay mga BO, ginatawag na siya sa production, bad order. Kasi naman saying bad order, ginabalik na siya. Kasi syempre, let's say, na-spoil or nadaot sa packaging and so on, tungod sa nag-apas sila, nagpaspas sila. But efficiency meaning less error, less mistake ang pagbuhat, no, while producing goods and services. Kasi nga, we need to fulfill, no, the customer's needs. No? So operation is one of the 3 strategic functions of any organization. So production managers are responsible for the technical management, supervision, and control of the industrial production to processes. So shift and on-call work may be required, particularly where manufacturing or production equipment is in continual 24-hour operation. So ngayon, even though we are experiencing pandemic, no, limited na lang ang mga tao, but when we talk of production, no, there's no such thing as delay kasi nga kailangan talaga natin ang mga products na ginagamit natin sa pang-araw-araw, especially our necessities. Ano ba nga necessities na natin ngayon? Kailangan, no, mga even fast food or mga canned goods, no, tinatawag natin, are already necessities. Lalo na nung kasagsagan ng pandemic, di ba? Or kasagsagan ng lockdown where we were not allowed to go to palengke, we were not allowed to go to the mall. So hindi tayo makabili ng mga fresh na gulay, hindi tayo makapagluto ng mga isda, no, ng mga karne because we were we were quarantined, no? So we were we stayed inside the house. So ano lang yung pinakamadaling nakuha natin, yung kasagsagan ng quarantine pag-announce, no? I for one is living witness of that, where nag-panic buying ako ng mga canned goods, no, ng mga kung ano lang yung talagang hindi madali ma-spoil. So again, when it comes to production, kailangan fast-paced lahat, but again, it should be efficient. So kailangan ang production manager should really be responsible with all the supervision, controlling of the processes para maiwasan yung mga sinabi ko na kanina, yung mga BO or mga errors. So there are 4 types of production. So we have unit or job type production. This is where items are made individually and each item is finished. So it is where a single product is made at a time. The product is mostly based on the requirements of the customer. Job production tends to be labor intensive and often highly skilled labor is required. Say making a furniture. You cannot make a batch production or kanang dinaghan nga production, especially if the customer has a specific requirement. Say, ingong ka, gusto ko og lingkuranan nga mapilo-pilo, gusto ko og lingkuranan nga ma-incline, gusto ko og lingkuranan nga baga kayo foam, and so on, na kay mga specific requirements. So kana siya, under na siya sa unit or job production kasi specific or one item ang gina-produce, no? And usually again, in this type of product, single production ang ginagamit kay usually na ay mga requirements or specific requirements na gusto ma-meet ang customer. Okay, you can always butt in if gusto pa niyo expound ang discussion. And another, it is being emphasized here na usually under job type of production, no, kailangan og intensive and often highly skilled labor. Kasi nga may mga requirements na kailangang i-meet ng customer. So hindi pwedeng basta-basta kinsa lang ang imong kuhaon. Dapat talaga highly skilled worker siya or trained to really do that specific task or product. Another type is the batch type. Now, a method of manufacturing where the products are made as specified groups or amounts within a time frame. So naka-batch siya. Mara siya o ganing naka-grupo-grupo gud gihapon siya, naka-bulto-bulto pero by batch say having you can have batch group for making noodles, no? Let's say magbuhat sa specific canton or magbuhat atong ilahang unsa gitawag ana seasoning. Now you can have a batch type of production. Another is mass production. So from the word mass, dinaghan, no, bulto-bulto. Mass production of large quantities or standard products, often using assembly lines or automation technology. It's also referred to flow or to as flow production, repetitive flow production, series production, or serial production. So kanay ito yung mga product na makita nato nga pare-parehag na ang tanan. Tinapa, parehag tanan, label and so on. Pare-parehag tanan. Naka-isa ka batch, isa ka bultuhan o buhat. Okay, and then last type of production is the continuous production. So a flow production method used to manufacture, produce, or process materials without interruption. So continuous production is a called continuous process or continuous flow process because the materials, either dry bulk or fluids that are being processed, are continuously in motion, undergoing chemical reactions or subject to mechanical or heat treatment. Ito naman yung mga products na under this continuous production are those products na kailangan gani siya og continuous na process. Say making a car, 'di ba? Making a car has needs to use continuous production kasi syempre ang mga parts sa car na ay ligid, na ay steering wheel, tong mga unsa pa na mga volt niya, kaha niya, lingkuranan niya and so on. So continuous na siya. Ginatawag na siya mga assembly line nga from one area to another. Mara siya og kung imagine ninyo nga nagadagan ba ang proseso from one area, una mag-assemble sa or let's say mag-segregate sa mga materials, from second assembling of those parts that I have mentioned already. So again, those were the four parts of production: the job or the unit type of production, the batch type, the mass type, and lastly, the continuous production. Then we'll have the historical development stages of production management. So this includes industrial revolution, scientific management, human relations, operations research, computer application, and computer applications. So under industrial revolution, considered as the beginning of the production. So, di ba, before industrial, we have agricultural. No, ang mga tao is tuon ng panahon were really dependent, no, on planting crops para na ay makaon sa pang-adlaw-adlaw. But later on, thank God, and let's always praise the Lord for giving people enough knowledge to innovate, no? So here comes the time of industrial revolution where industries have risen. No, kaya tinawag siya industrial revolution. May mga industries na, mga factories na nagke-create ng mga products. Even though hindi pa ganun ka high-tech, but we can say that there was already an advance compared to the manual, say, agricultural production that they had. Now that they really manually plant and so on, rape or harvest things. But in industrial revolution, there were factories who already transform a certain input into outputs or goods and services. Another is the scientific management. If you can still remember in your management 1B and in your human behavior and other subjects associated with this topic, this was coined by what do you call this? This was what do you call this? Proposed by Frederick. What do you call this? Sino ito? Si wala ang tuloy ako. Ano ang apelyido ni Frederick? Can you help me? Sino ang apelyido ni Frederick?
Taylor, ma'am.
Okay, Frederick Taylor. Very good, Terslina. Frederick Taylor. Okay. So Frederick Taylor proposed scientific management, where he was also called as the father of time and motion studies because everything was scientifically studied. No, may mga parts na sa production, may mga parts na sa industry or sa manufacturing na gina-assess nila, no, or gina-assess ni Frederick Taylor ang lihok sa mga tao on how to make or how to maximize efficiency in their work. Then we have human relations movement. One of the theories is under Abraham. Under sino itong human relations? Sino yung ng human relations proponent? Can remember? Anyone? Sino yung maka-remember ng human relations theory? Under magyapon mo sa ako sa no?
Elton, ma'am.
Ayun, sige. Ayun yung manawag tano kay maningog din ni sila. Kinsa to Kinsa nawala?
Makanya, ma'am.
Nawala ako.
Si Elton.
Okay, sige. Si Elton. Si Uncle Elton. Mayonnaise. Okay. Ayan. Alright, si Uncle Elton Mayo, no? So siya yung nag-propose ng human relation in which that supplements the idea of Frederick Taylor kasi dito more on effectivity, more on the production, increase of the production ang focus ni Frederick Taylor or kanang efficiency, profit base iya ha. Dito sa human relations, nag-focus na sa of course, efficiency at the same time, considering the human element. So let's be thankful to Elton Mayo. Then we have operation research. Meron ng mga research na naganap where they studied talaga different areas, different topics, such as the things that you are doing right now. Yung pinagdadaanan nyo ngayon na thesis ninyo is already a systematic one. Pero dati, nung unang panahon, basta parang ang pinaka-purpose lang talaga ng operations research nila is to really identify which area, which ano yung tawag nun, which department or which time, they can enrich more of their production. Then we have computer applications na ngayon na grabe ka high-tech na ang atong panahon. Even in fact, ngayon meron na tayong mga AI, no? Artificial intelligence. Ayan, so yun na industrial revolution, scientific management, human relations, and computer. So yun, mga high-tech na nga, software that runs your computer, web browser, email programs, word processing, processors, games, utilities, and all applications. So yun, mas napapadali ng ating buhay. Okay, so operations research, so on. Okay, so those were the history, no, ang history ng development stages of the production. So again, we have 5, no? Or we can have an acronym para mas madali natin matandaan. We can have the acronym of ISHOC, no? ISHOC. Industrial Revolution, Scientific Management, Human Relations Movement, Operation Research, and Computer Application, or the ISHOC. Again, history yan siya, of the stages of the production management. And then we have now factors affecting operations management. So, ano ang mga factors na maka-affect? No, we have global competition, we have quality, customer service, and cost challenges. We have rapid expansion of advanced technologies. We have growth of service sector. We have social responsibility issues. We have scarcity of capital material and scarcity of capital materials. Okay, so isa-isahin natin. Ito yung again mga factors bakit say ating operations management are hampered or delayed or experiencing concerns or problems. First is the global competition. Siyempre, one, no, maapektuhan ang ating operations. Again, when we talk of operation, this is the process of transforming or converting the inputs, yung mga materials, resources, and so on into goods and services. So bakit naapektuhan? Una, global competition. The demand of the product itself, no? Say, di ba, kung makita nyo sa news or if you are that responsible citizen, makita natin sa news na may mga shortage ng, say, bigas, no? So, kaya nagkakaroon ng desisyon na mag-import tayo from other countries, no? So, kasi nga kulang tayo. Now, the other way naman, if in excess naman ang ating production, pwede tayong makapag-export. So, we have good products that are being exported outside the country. No, say, yun ang mga wine nga natin, coconut wines, can really reach other countries. Even banana, di ba no? Top supplier ang Philippines ng banana sa China, sa Japan, and other countries. No? That's one of the examples bakit maapektuhan ng operation. It's either, again, kung excess, no, sobrang ating mga product, pwede tayong makapag-export, makapagpadala sa iba o magbenta sa ibang lugar. While if short naman, pwede tayong mag-import, no, sa ating bansa. No, under operations naman, kung tayo naman yung owner ng company, if there is shortage, syempre we really need to maximize the quota. No, kailangan natin magdagdag ng tao, say ganon, or bumili ka ba ng machine, ayun, para magkaroon ka ng labor saving device. Mas mapadali yung trabaho. Another factor is quality, customer service, and cost challenges. Siyempre, no, if sinasabing natin quality pays the price. Kasi nga, usually, quality products really calls for tedious ingredients, materials, or resources that are needed to create an output or a finished product. Dagdag mo pa dyan ang customer service, customer requirement ng gusto ni customer. And of course, yung cost challenges. Paano mo kukunin yung mga materyales, saan mo kukunin, no? Other countries or other products who are exporting materials, no, will really mark up it to their product. So maapektuhan ang operations management. Say kay tungod mahal na ang pamaliton nun, o niya gamay na lang ang mamalit, Siyempre, small production na lang. Pero mamawi ka sa presyo po ato, apektado gyapon ang operations management. Another, rapid expansion of advanced technologies. No? So, siyempre, ang uban company nag-acquire og advanced technology, ikaw, as a company under operations, so ano yung gagawin mo? So, you need also to expand, no, your technologies para maka-maximize ka ng iyong production. Growth of the service sector. So, syempre, lalo na ngayon, ang dami ng mga different companies who are what do you call this? Who are dealing or who are opening service businesses. No? So, yan. Under pa rin siya ng operations because you're gonna think over how to combat other competitors since there is a growth in the service sector. Then social responsibility issue. So if you were under with me, under sa tawag niyan sa corporate social responsibility sa Bar 212 or other teachers nyo, I'm pretty sure this was pretty emphasized. No? Social responsibility is really needed in businesses. Siyempre, no, we are under operation. Pag sinabi natin yung operation, nagko-convert tayo, nagtatransform tayo ng mga products. And of course, may mga concerns dyan. Example, say maggawa ka ng, ano ba yan? Tela. Di ba may mga waste yan? Saan mo yan ilalagay? Saan mo yan itatapon? No? Factory ka ng mga goma. Siyempre, mabaho yan. Yung mga waste ng mga na water, saan mo yan itatapon? Di mo yan pwedeng itapon sa imong kasikbit lang. Mamaho na, magkaroon na, makakos yan ng sakit sa iyong community and so on. So you need to really become socially responsible. And when you talk of socially responsible, you are considering your stakeholders, including your community, including your customers and so on. You do not only think of the profit you are earning for your business. And lastly, factor is scarcity of capital, syempre, or materials. So I think I got a bit explanation of this one in the previous items. No, na especially pag high cost, no? So or ang mga materials na kinukuha natin, ma-short tayo, may mga kulangan ng kapital, mga materyales, ano yung epekto ng operations mo? Pwedeng mag-shift over ka sa substandard, pwedeng mag-shift over ka sa low quality. In effect, ang iyong finished product is magkakaroon din na ng low quality. No? Say, kulang ng materyales, kukuha ka sa ibang bansa. So what will happen? There will be a delay kasi of the shipment. Another, you're gonna mark up with the product. So still maapektahan pa rin ang operations management. Question so far? Hello? May mga tanong? From this moment?
Wala, ma'am. Ma'am, itong sa imo akong gisend nga message essay, ma'am, sa exam to ugma, ma'am.
Ano to siya, dear? Assignment to siya, dear. Consider na ko to para naatay assignment sa first exam na ibutan ako sa class record.
Ay, okay, ma'am. Thank you.
3 hours lang to ha. 3 hours na ang duration. Pag ma-open na to ninyo, 3 hours na siya magtaga na ang time. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Sige. So another is the concept of production. So we all know already about production. So the process yun na nga of converting, no, and also transforming a product, or the process of combining various material inputs, no, and immaterial inputs, or we say plans and mga know-hows in order to make something for consumption or our output or the finished product. So it is the act of creating an output or a good or service which is the value and contributes to the utility of individuals. Ito, though biskang baliktaron man mo o daghan kay definition ang production, but isa lang yun ang gina-define, no, sa production. You can actually get the root word of it, no, product, no, produce, no, you can have that to magbuhat, no, mag-create, mag-transform o mga gamit, mga goods out from the inputs, mga materials, mga machines, and so on. na ginagamit nato. But again, you do not only create, you do not only transform products, no, or service, or I mean goods or service, but it should have value, no? It should have value and contribute to utility of the individuals. Magamit sa individuals. Dili kay nag-create ka og pagkaon pero makahilo man pod. No? In its technical term, you did not go through with the production process kasi it does not serve individuals or humanity. It does not give value. No, kaya nga pwede siyang kasuhan and so on. Kasi nga wala siya, makadaot siya sa mga tao. So again, it should give value and at the same time, it contributes utility. No, magamit yun siya sa nato. No. Product concept is the understanding of the dynamics of the product in order to showcase the best qualities and maximum features of the product. So product concept meaning you really understand no the product itself, unsa imong ginabuhat, unsa ang naaato nga product, unsa atong naato nga produkto. It's again, when we talk of product, it's either goods or service ha. Pag nagastorya ka og goods or service, ibig sabihin kasabot ka unsa ang dagan ani, unsa use ani, para asa ni, unsa ang mga features niya. So that's a product concept. And in economics, a production function relates physical output of a product or a production process to physical inputs or factors of production. So it is a mathematical function that relates the maximum amount of output that can be obtained from a given number of inputs, generally capital and labor. So that's what I have explained then. Production system may be defined as the methods, procedures, or arrangement which includes all functions required to accumulate or gather the inputs. Again, pag sinabing inputs, yun yung mga materials, mga machines, mga money, mga labor, and so on na ginagamit natin. Then process or reprocess the inputs and deliver the marketable output or the goods or pwedeng service. So that's a system sa production system. Naga-include siya, method siya, procedure siya, naga-arrange sa tanang function, sa tanang mga proseso no nga kinakailangan para maka-create or maka-accumulate sa input. Say, even pagkuha sa materials, sa resources, that's still under production system. Hantod sa makabuhat ka, makabaligya ka o goods. Okay, production management is defined as the planning and control of activities necessary to produce a set of products. So again, na-discuss na din yan, no? Expound or say management kesa tinatawag na management because you are managing the production, the transforming or the converting of the product. Including na din yung planning and the controlling. When you talk of controlling, you check all the activities. Kasi nga sinabi natin kanina, you are considered having the production management or production process if you give value or if you give if you contribute to the utility of the individuals. No, so kailangan mo yung i-check. Okay. Another is production management. So we design and develop a certain product or certain service, then we plan, then we control, we check, then we implement the plan. After that, we administer, we coordinate with the people that will be working with it. We coordinate, we administer with all the things that needs to be prepared to create a product or say goods and services. Then get real-time insight. Ano ba talaga yung actual na mangyayari? Flexible routing, say balikan mo yung proseso if there are still things to go with the plan, baka hindi pa siya perfecto. And then lastly, if wala naman siya, punta ka doon sa production and then you're gonna monitor the process. It's like a cycle that you're gonna do. Then we have operating system. So operating system is a software which performs all the basic tasks like file management, memory management, process management, handling input and output, and controlling peripheral devices such as task drives and printers. So an operating system has three main functions: manage the computer resources such as the central processing unit, memory disk drive, printers, establish a user interface, and execute and provide services for application software. So the concept of this operating system is not literally the software that we have been taught now by our computer teachers, but the thing about this operating system is like when you have the operation or production management, it's like having a system. It's like having an operating system where you took all the responsibilities of managing, no, and checking all the processes. Like ito, yung mga filing, no, sa management memory, acquiring of the resources and so on. It's like saying that. Then operation management is the administration of the business and practices to create the highest level of efficiency possible with an organization. So nabalik ulit, no, kasi nga ang main aim is to really to have maximum efficiency. So it is concerned with converting materials and labor into goods and services as efficiently as possible to maximize the profit of every organization. And that's it, I think. No, that ends the lesson for week 1 to 3, which was already condensed with this one PowerPoint presentation. Okay, I'll entertain questions. 18 people in the house. 20 na pala. 19 na pala. Okay? Questions?